Chapter 3. When I came back to the front, we still lived in that town. There were many more guns in the country around, and the spring had come. The fields were green, and there were small green shoots on the vines. The trees along the road had small leaves, and a breeze came from the sea. I saw the town with the hill and the old castle above it in a cup in the hills with the mountains beyond. Brown mountains with a little green on their slopes. In the town, there were more guns. There were some new hospitals. You met British men and sometimes women on the street, and a few more houses had been hit by shell fire. It was warm and like the spring. It was warm from the. What? I lost my spot. It was warm and like the spring, and I. Oh, it was warm and like the spring. No comma or anything there. And I walked down the alleyway of trees, warmed from the sun on the wall, and found we still lived in the same house and that it all looked the same as when I had left it. The door was open. There was a soldier sitting on a bench outside in the sun. An ambulance was waiting by the side door and inside the door as I went in. There was the smell of marble floors and hospital. It was all as I had left, except that now it was spring. I looked in the door of the big room and saw the major sitting at his desk, the window open and the sunlight coming into the room. He did not see me, and I did not know whether to go in and report or go upstairs first and clean up. I decided to go on upstairs. The room I shared with the Lieutenant Rinaldi looked out on the courtyard. The window was open. My bed was made up with blankets and my things hung on the wall. The gas mask in an oblong tin can, the steel helmet on the same peg. At the foot of the bed was my flat trunk and my winter boots. The leather, shiny with oil, were on the trunk. My Austrian sniper's rifle with its blued octagon barrel and the lovely dark walnut, cheek-fitted Schützen stock hung over the two beds. The telescope that fitted it was, I remembered, locked in the trunk. The Lieutenant, Rinaldi, lay asleep on the other bed. He woke when he heard me in the room and sat up. "Ciao," he said. "What kind of time did you have?" "Magnificent." We shook hands and he put his arm around my neck and kissed me. "Ugh," I said. "You're dirty," he said. "You ought to wash. Where did you go and what did you do? Tell me everything at once." "I went everywhere. Milan, Florence, Rome, Naples, Via San Giovanni, Messina, Taormina." "You talk like a timetable. Did you have any beautiful adventures?" "Yes." "Where?" "Milano, Florence, Rome, and Napoli." "That's enough. Tell me really what was the best." "In Milano." "That was because it was first." "Where did you meet her?" "In the Cova." "Where did you go? How did you feel? Tell me everything at once. Did you stay all night?" "Yes." "That's nothing. Here now we have beautiful girls. New girls, never been to the front before." "Wonderful." "You don't believe me. We will go now this afternoon, and you see. And in the town we have beautiful English girls. I am now in love with Miss Barclay. I will take you to call. I will probably marry Miss Barclay. I have to get washed and report. Doesn't anybody work now? Since you are gone, we have nothing but frostbites, chilblains, jaundice, gonorrhea, self inflicted wounds, pneumonia, uh, and hard and soft cankers. Every week, someone gets wounded by rock fragments. There are a few real wounded. Next week, the war starts again. Perhaps it start again. They say so. Do you think I would do right to marry Miss Barclay? After the war, of course? Absolutely, I said, and poured the basin full of water. Tonight you will tell me everything, said Rinaldi. Now I must go back to sleep and be fresh and beautiful for Miss Barclay. I took off my tunic and shirt and washed in the cold water in the basin. While I rubbed myself with a towel, I looked around the room and out the window, and at Rinaldi lying with his eyes closed on the bed. He was good looking, was my age, and he came from Amalfi. He loved being a surgeon, and we were great friends. While I was looking at him, he opened his eyes. Have you any money? Yes. Loan me 50 lira. I dried my hands and took out my pocketbook from the inside of my tunic hanging on the wall. Rinaldi took the note, folded it without rising from the bed, and slid it into his breeches pocket. He smiled. I must make on Miss Barclay the impression of a man of sufficient wealth. You are my great and good friend and financial protector. Go to hell, I said. That night at the mess, I sat next to the priest, and he was disappointed and suddenly hurt that I had not gone to the Abruzzi. He had written to his father that I was coming, and they had made preparations. I myself felt as badly as he did and could not understand why I had not gone. It was what I had wanted to do, and I tried to explain how one thing had led to another, and finally he saw it and understood that I had really wanted to go, and it was almost all right. I had drunk much wine, and afterward coffee and strega, and I explained willfully how we did not do the things we wanted to do. We never did such things. We two were talking while the others argued. I had wanted to go to Abruzzi. I had gone to no place where the roads were frozen and hard as iron, where it was clear, cold, and dry, and the snow was dry and powdery, and hair tracks in the snow, and the peasants took off their hats and called you Lord, and there was good hunting. I had gone to no such place, but to the smoke of cafes and nights when the room whirled and you needed to look at the wall to make it stop. Nights in bed, drunk, when you knew that that was all there was, and the strange excitement of waking and not knowing who it was with you, and the world all unreal in the dark, and so exciting that you must resume again unknowing and not caring in the night, sure that this was all and all and all and not caring. Suddenly to care very much and to sleep, to wake with it sometimes, morning and all that had been there gone, and everything sharp and hard and clear, and sometimes a dispute about the cost. Sometimes still pleasant and fond and warm and breakfast and lunch. Sometimes all niceness gone and glad to get out on the street. but always another day starting and then another night. I tried to tell about the night and the difference between the night and the day, and how the night was better unless the day was very clean and cold, and I could not tell it, as I cannot tell it now. But if you have had it, you know. He had not had it, but he understood that I had really wanted to go to the Abruzzi, but had not gone, and we were still friends, with many tastes alike, but with the difference between us. He had always known what I did not know, and what, when I learned it, I was always able to forget. But I did not know that then, although I learned it later. In the meantime, we were all at the mess. The meal was finished, and the argument went on. We two stopped talking, and the captain shouted, "Priest not happy! Priest not happy without girls!" "I am happy," said the priest. "Priest not happy! Priest wants Austrians to win the war," the captain said. The others listened. The priest shook his head. "No," he said. "Priest wants us never to attack. Don't you want us never to attack?" "No. If there is a war, I suppose we must attack." "Must attack, shall attack." The priest nodded. "Leave him alone," the major said. "He's all right." "He can't do anything about it anyway," the captain said. We all got up and left the table.